sun decided to come out and now I look like a ghost. Hey guys, it's Mallory here and I'm going to be doing my October wrap up and my November TBR, and then this is like the 4th time that I've tried to film this, but I keep rambling, so here we go. This is going to be kind of quicker. Okay, so the first book that I read was Cinder by Marissa Meyer. And this was really good. It's a retelling of Cinderella as a cyborg. It is awesome. And I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, so you should go read it. And the second book that I read was Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendare Blake. This was also awesome, and I also gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. At one point it was almost so scary, I almost had to put my Kobo down. I was actually that frightened. So if you're looking for a good creepy read, October is almost over, but if you still want a creepy read, you should read that one. The next book that I read was Jenny Pox by J.L. Bryan. And this is free on the Kobo website if you're interested. And I was really enjoying it until it got super weird. And I was just like, what is going on? Like, this is just crazy. So I ended up not enjoying it too much in the end. I might continue the series, we'll see. Maybe one day it might spike my interest. But I think I ended up giving it like a 3 or a 4, somewhere in that area. So yeah. The next book that I read was Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. And this was, I think this is what started my reading slump of October, because I had the biggest reading slump ever. It was terrible. And this book, it was good, I wasn't interested. I didn't want to find out what happened next. Like, I didn't care about the ending. I didn't care about the characters. I didn't care about anything. So I think I ended up only giving this one a 3 out of 5 stars. But that was my first novel by Ray Bradbury, but I'm definitely, definitely going to be checking out some others. So hopefully that one didn't really ruin it for me. The next book that I read was this one, The Monstrumologist by Rick Yancey. And this one was really, really good. I think I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. I was quite intimidated by how big it is. It's about 434 pages, but I actually breezed through this in a few days. So that one was really good, and I can't wait to read the second one, Curse of the Wendigo, and hopefully I will be able to get to that one very soon. The next book that I read was 10 by Gretchen McNeil. And this one was really, really good too. It's about 10 teenagers who go to an island and pretty much just start getting killed off one by one. And I love movies like that. I love trying to guess who the killer is, and I'm always wrong. I can never get it. I kind of had my suspicion at the very beginning of the book, and then I was like, no, it's not him. It's not that person. And I would have been right had I stuck with that, but I didn't. And I was pretty surprised in the end of the book, but it was really good. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and if you're looking for a good creepy read, you should read that one. The next book that I read was Welcome to Dead House by R.L. Stine. And this is the first in the Goosebumps series, and I love Goosebumps. I do, and I always will. And I don't know how I read them when I was younger, because it creeped me out. It really did. And I think I ended up giving it like a 4 or 5. One of the two. It was pretty good, and I can't wait to read the rest of them as well. The next book that I read was Unwind by Neal Shusterman. I had no idea what this was about. I knew that everyone was freaking obsessed with it, so I went into it just not knowing anything. I didn't read any synopsis. Nothing. Like, I didn't watch any reviews, didn't read any reviews, nothing. And I was pleasantly surprised by what it was like, and it was a really good read. Kept me pretty wanting to know what happened. Finished this, I think it took me about a week, but I really did enjoy it, and now I can't wait to read Unholy. The next book that I read was The Devouring by Simon Holt. And can we just talk about how much this book scared me? I could not read this one while I was home alone. I couldn't. I had to wait for my boyfriend to get home. The first 2 nights that I read it, I had nightmares. Like, it was so scary. At one point I was like almost shaking with fear. It was ridiculous. Like, whew. And I really do want to read the second book, but I might wait for a little while until I have a little more courage. And I did do a written review of this one just last night, so I will post that probably down below. And the last book that I just finished a few minutes ago was Choker by Elizabeth Woods. This is a pretty quick read. It was only 232 pages, and pretty much for the whole book I had no idea what was going to happen. No clue. And then I think on page 174 I was like, I know what this is. I know what's happening. And I kind of found out a new and easier way for me to review books. So what I'm going to do from now on is I don't want to show this because it says what I put, but basically I put one of these little note cards in the book that I'm reading, and then see I have like page 174, page 191, page 122. That doesn't make sense. So why did I put 122? Anyway, or 191 or 174. I'm so confused. Anyway, this is basically like almost like Twitter. That's what it reminds me of. And that's how I'm going to be reviewing my books now. I don't know, it just makes it easier for me, I think, to kind of write down these notes and stuff and just my thoughts on it. And it's good because I can almost use this as a bookmark as well, right? So that's cool and awesome. Now on to my November TBR. Okay, so I'm so excited for this month. Our theme for the blog is new series, and I'm not technically doing new series, I'm doing new series to me. So these are ones that I've had on my shelf and I'm so excited to read, and I wanted to dig into them, but I just had to wait. So, okay, here we go. The first one is Tiger's Curse by Colleen Hooke, or Hook, I don't know how to say it, but that cover just draws me in. And I've heard so many good reviews about this, and it's quite a beast, but I think I'm gonna fly through it. I think I will. And I can't wait. Hopefully I'll love it, and then I will buy the second book and love that one, and so on. Yeah, so that one. Second one is going to be Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. And I'm really excited for this one. I've been wanting to read it for a long time, pretty much since it came out, and I know Misty the Book Rat did a review on it way back when she had it as an ARC, and that's when I started getting excited, and I've been wanting to read it ever since, so now I finally get to. And I think we're going to be doing a collaboration review on the blog, or maybe on here. I don't know, we will see. The next book that I have is Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I've heard over and over about how amazing this book is, and that cover, that face, and yes, I cannot wait to read that one. Next one I have is The Goddess Test by Amy Carter, and I got this forever ago at a used bookstore for like $5, and I am so excited for this one. The next one on my list is Storm by Bridget Kemmerer. And again, I've heard amazing things about this book. I've seen it everywhere. It's pretty hyped up right now, so can't wait to get to that one. And the last one that I have is Alana, the First Adventure by Tamara Pierce. And on my bookshelf tour, I told you that I had the two Trickster's Choice and Trickster's Queen by Tamara Pierce, but it is like a spin-off of the Alana Songs of a Lioness Quartet. And so I said that I had to read those before I could start digging into those. So that is what I'm going to do. So that was everything for me. Post me some comments, tell me what you read in October, what you're planning to read in November. Have you read any of the books that I'm going to be reading or did read? and what did you think of them? No spoilers. Yeah, that's all that I have for you guys today. So I don't know. I don't really have any videos planned right now, but I'm sure something will come up. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.